So definitely once we reach Lake Pichola, we will be speaking on certain goals of sustainable development. Okay, and we will be talking about some organizations who are associated with United Nations to work on these sustainable development goals. So today Mr. Shubham will be speaking on that, and Mr. Kosta Mukherjee will be also speaking on that, how the sustainable development goal cycles are working with these organizations. So once we reach there, we will be with you guys.
We are looking at extreme events like flood and wildfire mapping, or estimating the strength of the tropical windstorms. In a general scenario, what we do is we try to apply ML models, and we try to find a solution to the problems of our farmers in regards to the agriculture in terms of sustainable conservation and its impact on the climate. To facilitate this, what we use is a Radiant ML Lab, which is basically a public repository that is hosted in GitHub.
Gentlemen, we have a fire without any chemicals, completely organic, completely sustainable, and the man behind it, Mr. Guha.
And
look at him, wind up.
Roy.
Look at him,
This is all teamwork.
making it all fire up out of nowhere. We have some coal here and some wood and a burnt cloth. A cloth, that's what we used to make this fire.
So now we are in Udaipur. After our lunch, we just arrived at Lake Pichola, and for my information, I just want to know, sir. Okay, not over. That's okay. May I know what's the name of this lake, though? Huh? Dooth Lake. Dooth Talai. Acha, Dooth Talai Lake. So the lake you can see in the background is Dooth Talai Lake. Okay. It's not the main Pichola Lake. We'll be going towards the main Pichola Lake. This is Dooth Talai Lake. So definitely once we reach Lake Pichola, we will be speaking on certain goals of sustainable development. Okay, and we will be talking about some organizations who are associated with United Nations to work on these sustainable development goals. So today Mr. Shubham will be speaking on that, and Mr. Kosta Mukherjee will be also speaking on that, how the sustainable development goal cycles are working with these organizations. So once we reach there, we will be with you guys.
Did you know that the UN Sustainable Development Goals are a universal call to action that unites 193 countries around the world? If these global goals are fulfilled by 2030, life on Earth will be better for everyone. So, what are these goals? Eliminate poverty in all its forms. No hunger. Everyone should have safe, nutritious, and sufficient food. Everyone has equal access to healthcare, thus ensuring our well-being and a healthy life. Equal access to a quality education. Ensure gender equality where women and girls have the same opportunities as men and boys. By achieving these goals, each member of our society will be equal, safe, and happy. UN global goals also include access to safe drinking water and sanitation, access to clean energy that is safe for people and the environment, sustainable and stable economic growth. Everyone has a decent job, strong infrastructure, and the support of innovations. Lower inequality within and among countries. cities and settlements be developed without damaging the environment and people. Achieving these goals will result in the well-being of people and our planet. We can further take care of our environment with the following goals: sustainable and safe production and consumption of products. Take urgent measures to reduce climate change and its impact. Ensure the sustainable use and protection of ocean and sea resources. Restore and protect Earth's ecosystems. By achieving these goals, we will form a society where strong institutions ensure peace and justice. It is important for everyone to be involved and to build partnerships for achieving sustainable development goals. You are part of this process. Demand the implementation of these goals. Take the lead and share information with your friends.
Thank you for the introduction, Rohan. I'm here to speak about the Radiant Earth Foundation. Radiant Earth Foundation is a non-profit organization created to meet the needs of the Sustainable Development Goals. What we do is we try to apply ML models and we try to find a solution to the problems of our farmers in regards to the agriculture in terms of sustainable conservation and its impact on the climate. To facilitate this, what we use is a Radiant ML Lab, which is basically a public repository that is hosted in GitHub. It is a collection of different geospatial training data and different ML models, to further the advancement of our learning models in terms of the training models that we prepare. And we also use it to try to achieve a near real-time insights on how the weather is going to affect the agriculture, the climate impacts, and its overall ecological impact. Let's speak about each one of this in further detail. First, let me speak about the impacts on agriculture. What happens is, what we try to achieve here is that we try to use our ML models, and our end user here is our farmers, who basically needs to use the data-driven mindset, who needs to get all the data and gather all the information and try to use it to further their the farming and whatever they do in terms of their offering. So friends, as I was saying, so the end user of our ML models are our farmers, and what we try to do is we try to make them use a data-driven mindset in order to predict the crop failure, in order to determine the oncoming of diseases that might disrupt their crops, and also in terms of overall monitoring in terms of the crop life cycle and general well-being of the crops. There are also other various implications and impacts of the same kind of ML models. Like for example, the banking sector can use the same ML models to offer a better instrument for investments. And also the insurance companies can also try and use these models to offer solutions that might be helpful for the farmers in terms of protecting them from crop failure. That's agriculture. Let's move on to our second point, which is the climate impact of our practices. We are looking at extreme events like flood and wildfire mapping, or estimating the strength of the tropical windstorms. In a general scenario, the data practitioners try to use these models. In these scenarios, the data practitioners try to find the patterns. They basically look for different patterns from the data they gather from the various remote sensing data, and they try to use it to foresee or to try to predict when a windstorm is supposed to come and impact their crops. So that is the second point. And moving on, we move on to the third point, which is the general ecosystem monitoring. Anthropological activities such as deforestation are one of the critical impacts, are one of the critical reasons which is affecting our climate. Therefore, it is of definite importance that we try to map the impact of the human ecology and the impact it had on the general environment as a whole.
now we are standing at JMB Meat and Shop. Okay, I want to show you the shop. JMB मीट शॉप. तो इधर से हम लोग चिकन खरीद रहे हैं, देसी मुर्गी का चिकन, क्योंकि हम घर पे जाके खुद ही खाना पकाएंगे. We will be preparing some kebabs in a barbecue, and we will be preparing some meat curry, right? Chicken curry along with some warm rice. That's like an adventure for us, because we try to cook when we set up camps, or if you're living in a resort or anything. So I want to show you the shop. So this is the owner of the shop. Hi sir.
हेलो.
Hi, what's your name?
लोकेश चौहान.
लोकेश चौहान. आपका दुकान कितना साल का है?
मेरा 80 साल पुराना शॉप है. My grandfather start किया इसको.
Grandfather started this shop. Okay, so from here Mr. Mukherjee is sponsoring some chicken. Yes, you want to say something?
I wanted to go for some chicken curry, and whenever I make chicken curry, I make it sure that it is cooked from desi murgi. So
Desi chicken.
Yes, desi chicken. So we call chicken as murgi also. So this is a shop where you get desi chicken, and it's very good quality chicken, desi chicken, and the shop is near Surajpur. So we just now brought 2 desi chicken, and we will be cooking some very hot chicken curry tonight.
Chicken curry, rice and some kebab.
Yes.
Kebab we are taking from the other shop.
Yes.
But that's okay. Great. वसंत जी ने बहुत हेल्प किया. शॉपिंग करने के लिए मार्केट में गया था, कितना सारा सब्जी, राइट, चिकन वगैरह खरीदा. बड़ी वसंत जी, आपके इधर ही ऑटो चलाते हैं?
मैं इधर ही ऑटो चलाता है.
ये रोड क्या है?
इसको गुलाबबाग रोड बोलते हैं. गुलाबबाग रोड.
और ये गुलाबबाग सामने ही है वो?
ये गुलाबबाग.
वो क्या पूरा बागान है?
ये पूरा गार्डन है.
पूरा गार्डन है,
गुलाबबाग रोज गार्डन.
वसंत जी ने हम लोगों को सबसे पहले जो राजस्थानी शॉप है उधर पे लेके गया, तो बहुत साल बाद मेरे को राजस्थानी रजाई मिला. उसके बाद हम लोगों का चिकन, देसी चिकन, मसाला सब वसंत जी ने ही किया. बहुत ही कमाल का आदमी है वसंत जी. अब अगर गुलाबबाग आओ तो ज़रूर वसंत जी का ऑटो में उठा कर.
ठीक है,
थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू.
टेक केयर वसंत जी.
ओके सर.
One eternity later.
Wow, that is smelling good. I smell mustard. Gentlemen, we have a fire without any chemicals, completely organic, completely sustainable, and the man behind it, Mr. Guha. Look at him, wind up. Look at him, making it all fire up out of nowhere. We have some coal here and some wood and a burnt cloth. A cloth, that's what we use to make this fire.
And in Rajasthan, the marketplace is little different. Like there is a separate market for non-veg items, and there is another market for all veg, masala, and all this. So we actually traveled pretty much 5 or 6 kilometers around Udaipur just to acquire all these things, right? Then the challenge came once we came back. There was not enough chemical to lit up the fire, so we gathered some wood, we gathered some coal, but not an inflammable substance to lit up the fire. So what we did, we opened the car petrol bonnet, right? Is that a bonnet? Is that what called bonnet or what?
Cap actually.
Yeah, it's like a petrol cap, right? We tried to insert a small cloth there and nothing much happened because the petrol is actually too far from the opening. So what we did, হ্যাঁ হয়ে যাবে, আমি আরো ওখানে কয়লা দেবো, আরো এটাই তো, এটা কন্টিনিউয়াস প্রসেস, কাঠ কয়লা এগুলো কন্টিনিউয়াস প্রসেস, বারবার দিতে হবে আর আগুন জ্বালাতে হবে। So what we did, we just put the cloth on that petrol cap, but it didn't happen much because the petrol is too below than the cap, right? So there was no paper, nothing, so we decided to lit up the fire with that cloth only, and now look at it, without no chemicals, with wood like charcoal and just that cloth, we created this fire, and it's amazing now. And we bought some really nice boneless chicken, and now we are barbecuing.
Thank you.
We dance and we cook.
प्यार भी मिलेगा, दिलदार भी मिलेगा तुझे, सब कुछ उसके हाथ है, सब कुछ उसके हाथ है। अरे रे डरने की क्या बात है, ऊपर वाला अपने